evening. Here is Tabi News newsletter, starting with the headlines. The Syrian army kills scores of terrorists in different areas. Shaban Moscow meeting will discuss basis of holding dialogue conference. Abdullahian Iran warned against instrumental use of terrorism in region. Units of the army and the armed forces killed the scores of terrorists in Al-War neighborhood in Homs city and in Al-Hilaliya farm in Sharshuh village in the province's countryside. The army killed many terrorists and injured others in Jabal al-Akrat, Sijar and Jabal al-Arba'in in Idlib countryside. Units of the army and the armed forces in cooperation with the troops killed all the members of the terrorist group in Al-Mayadin in the countryside of Deir ez-Zor, northeastern province. Units of the army and the armed forces also destroyed gatherings and vehicles of the so-called Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, linked terrorists in Al-Kharita, Ayyash, At-Taim and Al-Majdal, killing scores of them in Al-Jubayla, Al-Rishdiya, Al-Huwaiqa, Al-Rasafa and Hwayjit al-Sukur in Deir ez-Zor city. In Dar'a, units of the army and the armed forces killed a number of terrorists in Atman and nearby western Algeria bridge in the countryside of Dar'a southern province. Presidential political and media advisor Dr. Hussein Shaban stressed that Syria agreed to attend Moscow meeting to hold talks on the basis of a Syrian dialogue, indicating that what will take place is a consultative preliminary meeting during which the state and the opposition will sit to the table to consult together and discuss the basis according to which a dialogue conference will be held. She said that the Americans want to see what Russia can do during the meeting in Moscow, and if they see that the issue is suitable and serve their interest, they might join it so. The US hasn't officially declared till now any opinion in regard to the dialogue in Moscow. She indicated that during her meeting with Jeffrey Feltman and former US President Jimmy Carter in Norway, she felt that the Americans have at least started to understand the mistakes which they have committed in Syria, and that they are confused that the track which they have adopted won't lead to any place. Shaban added that Feltman was almost desperate regarding the opposition, while Carter was very enthusiastic to change the US stance. Shaban stressed that what is required from Syria internationally and regionally is what has been always required from it, which is not to be a country of resistance and not to have an ideological army or to have an independent decision, adding that the independence of decision and the will are the main targets of this war. She added that we must believe that the Arab-Islamic conflict is the map which directs all of this destruction in Arab world. She indicated that the profit of Turkey, which came as a result of the war against Syria, have executed USD 3 billion through what has been stolen from the Syrian factories, heritage and the money. Regarding the Egyptian stance, Shaban said, "We have always been talking positively about Egypt, which is a brotherly country, and the Egyptian army is the brother of the Syrian army." Iran has repeatedly warned against unfavorable consequences of instrumental use of terrorism in the region, a senior foreign minister official said. Deputy Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian made the remarks in the meeting with the visiting political director of German Foreign Minister. The German diplomat is in Tehran along with the head of the French Foreign Minister's Middle East and North Africa Department, Jean-François Giraud. The two arrived here early to hold talks with their Iranian counterparts on issues of mutual interest and the latest regional developments. referring to the latest developments in the Western Asia, including Yemen, Bahrain, Iraq, and Syria. The two sides stressed the need for finding a diplomatic solution to the regional crisis, noting that terrorism will endanger regional and global peace and security. Amir Abdullahian stressed that eradicating the vicious phenomena required a collective cooperation and respect for international laws. The German official, for his part, held Tehran's efforts in fight against terrorism and noted that Iran-German consultations to this end would be effective. As for the Syrian crisis, political director of German foreign minister said the only way out of this dilemma is finding a diplomatic solution through Syrian negotiations. Washington carries out continual drone strike in Yemen, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Somalia, killing people. A US-led assassination drone strike has killed at least 6 people in Afghanistan's eastern province of Nangarhar. The spokesman further said that the drone strike took place in the professional Lalpur district. A similar strike on Wednesday reportedly killed at least 3 people in Afghanistan's eastern province of Lagar. The US-led terror drones also killed at least 7 people in the neighboring province of Khost. The US carries out targeted killing through drone strikes in Yemen, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Somalia. Washington claims that targets of the drone attacks are Al-Qaeda militants, but the local officials and witnesses maintain that civilians have been the main victims of the attacks over the past few years. That's all for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Inas Ahmad. Good night.